Hey, Tiger fans, Ben Rosenbaum here with head women's basketball coach Diane Richardson. Coach, the long trip to the Carolinas. How do you feel like the team held up through that long trip?
Well, it was definitely a long trip. We had two very tough competitors, long road trip, long flight, and all that. So, we came out of it alive. So that's a good thing.
In the game against the College of Charleston, you guys win handily. Three Tigers in double digits, led by Rain Bankson's game high 22. How do you feel the offense was clicking that game, having, as I mentioned, Rain's 22, Mary's 21, and then you really had a good offensive flow going the entire game?
We did, and one of the things we did after our Elon game is we spent a little time on film, a little extra time on film, and I think they were able to see where their mistakes were, what they needed to do, and we came out on Sunday just doing the things that we were supposed to do in the scout, and they felt it. They felt how good it felt to win and to win big, and hopefully that'll carry us on to this weekend.
Mary Cuevas records her 10th double-double of the season against College of Charleston. How has her game really progressed this year? I mean, she's been sort of consistent through. She's had some up and down games, but how has she, in your eyes, been playing recently?
I think we've been looking for that consistency, and we have that. I think she knows that we expect that from her, and her teammates expect that from her. And again, she got a lot out of watching film as well, and knew that she could take her game to another level, and she did. And she said that after the game too.
And speaking of consistency, this team is kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde a little bit. You have a tough loss one night, then you rebound and really blow an opponent out of the water. And we've seen that kind of all season long. How are you diagnosing that? How are you trying to fix where you capture the good and you get the good every single night?
Yeah, it's been tough, I tell you, because we don't know which team's going to show up, time and time again. But we're trying to get them to understand the things we need to do right and do that consistently, as opposed to some of the things up and down where we're not doing the right things on defense.
You're welcoming in an Elon team just one game removed from playing them. Is there anything unique about that kind of scenario where you played Elon, you have one game against Charleston, then Elon again? Is there any specific challenges or benefits to seeing an opponent so soon after the first time you play them?
Well, I think it's a benefit because they feel that loss, and they still feel that loss. And so we're going to, build upon that. It's still fresh in their mind, the way they felt and the things that they didn't do right. So I think they're going to try to prove to themselves and to the coaching staff that that was a bad game for them.
Shea Burnett, Rashika White both had nice games against you the first time. How do you prevent them from doing what they did in that first game and capitalizing on maybe some of the areas that they were able in that first match? Well,
one of the things we pointed out to them was our scout. I mean, our scout was dead on, but the girls didn't follow the scout. And so I think they're understanding that, it's a game plan laid out for them, and they've got to pay more attention to that. Because in the game, we obviously didn't do the things that we wanted them to do or practiced, and they saw that again that night and the next day on film, and I think that's why we came out so well against Charleston, because they understood. Now, you know what, the coaches have done a great job on the scout, so we better follow the scout.
All right, Coach, thanks for taking some time for us, and we'll see you on the 28th at 2 o'clock against the Phoenix of Elon.
All right, thank you.
For more news and notes on Towson women's basketball, head over to TowsonTigers.com. For head coach Diane Richardson, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.